Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Trashtalk on Battletech. To say Clanner and artillery do not mix well, is to say Victor Steinerdavian is a terrible first prince and Jamie Wolf is not doing his job well. All are understatements of the century. Which is probably why the existence of Naga, an assault-class Omnimech with artillery weapons as fixed armament, made complete zero sense, but trust me, this mech makes perfect sense. It's year 2945, and Woodman, the very first Omnimech produced by Clan Wolf, is getting outdated. Based on the Woodman's chassis, Clan Wolf produced three different mechs. The well-designed, hyper-efficient killer of a mech, the Timberwolf, the incredibly malignant gargoyle that's best left forgotten, and the Naga. As you know, Clan Wolf is unique among all clans in that they aren't stupid like most. Artillery has always been one of the most powerful force multiplier in most military conflicts, and to forego it would have been dumb. Unfortunately, they also know that their warriors are still somewhat honor-bound. So, this Omnimech is made to persuade, and trick them. First, it's an 80 tons assault Omnimech, and oh boy who won't want an assault Omnimech? Its chassis is made of clan-grade endo steel, which can be pushed by a Fusion 400 extra light reactor to 86.4 km per hour. Clan Wolf warriors like to go fast, so that's another plus noted down the list. But, to make sure a warrior isn't too combat crazy with the mech, the Naga only has 9 tons of standard armor, which is really light for a heavy mech, let alone an assault. That should deter most of the warrior caste from trying to duel with the Naga. One odd spot here is that the mech has 12 double heat sinks, all engine mounted to save space. The 2 extra there are basically wasted since none of the mech configs can generate enough heat to even overheat. And finally, to make sure the warriors can't just switch the Arrow 4 out for some other big guns, it's fixed. You literally cannot change it unless you rip it out. This gives the Naga a mediocre 7.5 tons of pod space for other stuff, of which more than half of that will be used for Arrow 4 munitions. So yes, this is literally an Omnimech made to be as difficult as possible to not be used or changed in any ways possible besides its intended one. So basically an iOS anyway. What's it's armed with? For the prime config, the Naga has 3 Simons and 6 tons of Arrow 4 munitions. This thing is going to die if it faced anything, unless its pilot figures out how to use the Arrow at direct side combat. This mech also has 4 more alternative configs, probably because some warriors begged for more firepower on this fire support mechs. A config has 2 of the Simons upgraded to medium by switching out 1 ton of munitions. B config has another ton switched out for another medium laser. C config has 1 SRM6 with 2 Simons instead, and D config has downgraded the SRM6 to 4 to upgrade 1 Simon to medium. None of those configs matter at all, except for how long the Arrow 4 barrage could last, because the Naga still has 2 of the second greatest weapons in Battletech universe, the Arrow 4. Which, with the help of some homing munitions and tag laser, can accurately delete an enemy mech from the surface of any planets without touching anything else. It is incredibly devastating, and watching a whole lance of mechs disappearing from it is also incredibly satisfying. All in all, it's an artillery support mech made within the constraints of clan combat doctrine, and despite all that, still works pretty well. Though it could be a little less expensive. In fact, the Draconis combine did kinda make a less expensive version with the Obake Mono. Slower, but 30% cheaper and still pack a punch. Though I gotta say this pose looks kinda familiar. Oh god damn it, it's a JoJo reference.